I'm looking at you through the glass. Don't know how much time has passed. Oh God, it feels like forever.
All of them, there's a couple that I picked out. But I really wanted to say, first of all, I want to thank everybody for being here and for inviting everybody here to this beautiful place. Hot. We got cold beers, we got a lot of ice over there. I just want to say, thanks everybody for being here. And on behalf of the wedding party, on behalf of family, friends, people who are in detox or rehab right now, to be invited here. But I think I was about 3 years old when I met Chris and the Morgan family. I've known Rocky, Sue, Chris pretty much my entire life. We were playing t-ball together at 3 and 4 years old, 5 years old, for Fisher-Rama at Claymont Little League. We lived in the neighborhood of Northridge, Claymont, a bunch of Claymonsters here. But I've known Chris ever since that point, and I think I remember, playing on that team together, and we always knew that we were going to be good friends at that point. About 5, 6 years after that, we were in middle school. I think we were going to Tally. He was supposed to be going to Mount Pleasant. I was going to Concord. Me and Jay were going to Concord, my brother, and we always talked about whoever got their car first was going to pick the other guy up so we could all go to the same school together. Because, thick as thieves, we wanted to hang out together. We look alike. They got more hair than I do. That's totally fine.
Secure now.
But there was a couple detours on the way. Chris ended up getting a GTI, I think it was your first car, right? So he decided to go onto a road trip in South Carolina, into an area he was not very familiar with. So he had one eye closed, playing slalom with trees on a back road in South Carolina. Next thing you know, he's rolling his car a couple times. Some bumps and bruises, and I think we have a passenger.
Flying GTI!
Yeah. But needless to say, that was the first car that we bought. But he was supposed to be picking me up and my brother up to take us to school. But he had to sell the car for scraps because he couldn't make it back to Wilmington from South Carolina. So they ended up jumping on the Amtrak train on a borrowed credit card. And I think they recycled that car for some beer cans we drank at some point. There's so many stories. One thing I want to share about Chris and my love for him, he's a friend, but I call him much more than a friend. I call Chris a brother of mine. About 7 years ago.
Yeah, baby, come on.
Me and my wife, Jen, live in D.C. And my company had a job opening for a sales assistant. Chris at that point was working as a waiter, a server at Walter Steakhouse in Wilmington. So I picked up the phone, I called him and said, hey, do you have any chance or, anything you want to do? You want to get out of that space? You want to move into, take it to a different level? So anyway, he submits his resume, he ends up getting the job. The toughest thing for me right now is that Chris is a brother. Basically, that's the point of my story. I've known him my entire life. I've known Sue, I've known Rocky my entire life. I can't tell you how happy I am. How happy I am for him. Me going through this with Shannon, I feel like a man up, right? Give me a shot. Anyway, Chris submitted his resume. He got this job, but the whole point of the story is I'm going to tell you. It's his love for his friends and his love for the family. He would never, ever, ever, ever let a friend down. The neighborhood that we grew up in, when you call somebody a pal, when you call somebody a friend, that means a lot. And I knew that he would never let me down. He did everything in his power, and he killed it. He kicked ass. He did everything. And he grew a business. I was doing fairly well. He was one of our sales assistants, and I ended up getting promoted, and so did he. Kind of at the same time, he took over our territory. That was doing X amount of dollars. And then 6 months later, he's kicking my ass. And I think the biggest thing is that Chris will never let a friend down. That's the one thing that he does. He understands the meaning and the value of friendship and of love. I got some words for advice for you guys. For marriage, too. We're going to change this. So everybody, go guys. I've been married 6 years. It's my beautiful wife, Jen, right there. Love you.
Go, Jen.
Married 6 years. It's my beautiful wife, Jen. I feel like the meaning of marriage is things in 6 years. Long. Number one,
You're not turning out.
never argue with Chris. He's the king of the castle. He's a always have your makeup and your hair done appropriately.
I got extra
Did you not hear the balls, Joe?
I know, I'm sorry.
Okay.
And then, the final thing is that, you gotta dress appropriately and only dress the way that Chris wants you to dress. Make sure you cook dinner for him every night. He's allowed to go out anytime he wants with his pals. That's a lie. Honestly, the only thing I can tell you guys is a happy wife is a happy wife. It's a cliche, but I'm not lying. You give your wife love, you provide, you protect, and you love your family. You can have everything that you want in life. So I just want everybody to raise their glasses. I'm not going to do the old cliche to the bride and groom. I want you guys to repeat after me on the count of 3. All right? And you're going to say it's about time. 1,